All right, so you know how we've been chatting for ages, right? We're always on the lookout, always wondering when those big traditional finance giants, yeah, I'm talking about the massive banks, the ones your parents probably still use, are going to stop just looking at crypto and actually jump in. We've seen a few little dips, a toe here, a curious glance there. But hold on to your hats, because this isn't just a toe dip, guys. This is like a full-on screaming from the high dive, cannonball into the deep end of the crypto pool. Get this, Societe Generale. And if you don't know the name, trust me, they are a huge deal in the banking world, like we're talking global player status, one of the OGs of finance. Well, they've got this super smart, forward-thinking digital asset arm, almost like their crypto special forces unit called SG-Forge. And these guys at SG-Forge haven't just been tinkering around. They just dropped a bombshell. They've officially launched their very own euro-backed stablecoin. Yeah, you heard me right, a stablecoin, but not just any stablecoin. This one's called Euro Convertible, pretty slick name, right? EURCV for short. And the best part? The part that gets us all tingly? They put it live, wait for it, on the Stellar network. Air horn sound effect. Now, just let that sink in for a hot minute. A colossal, globally recognized bank isn't just talking about crypto. They're not just investing in some crypto fund. They've created their own digital currency, a stablecoin representing the euro, and they've chosen Stellar, our beloved XLM's home turf, as one of its primary launchpads. This isn't some shadowy, fly-by-night crypto startup, okay? This is serious, heavyweight institutional firepower planting its flag right in the heart of the Stellar ecosystem. Think of the sheer validation. What does this even mean for us, for Stellar? Well, for starters, it's like a massive, flashing neon sign screaming credibility. For Stellar, imagine you're at a party, and Stellar is this super cool, innovative, but maybe slightly underrated guest. Then, suddenly, the biggest VIP in the room, someone everyone respects, walks in, shakes Stellar's hand, and says, "This is who I'm rolling with." The whole vibe of the party just changes, right? Everyone's heads turn. That's kind of what's happening here. It tells the rest of the financial world, hey, Stellar is legit. Stellar is ready for the big leagues. It's a massive stamp of approval. And let's talk about this EURCV for a sec, because this ain't your average stablecoin. This isn't some algorithmic voodoo or something backed by hopes and dreams. Nope. Every single EURCV is backed one-to-one by good old-fashioned, real, spendable euros sitting snugly in a Societe Generale bank account. Full transparency. That means for every EURCV out there, there's a real euro parked, waiting. That's huge for trust. But wait, there's more. This EURCV is designed from the ground up to play by the rules. Europe has been working on this massive set of crypto regulations called MiCA markets in crypto assets. Think of it as the new rulebook for crypto in Europe, designed to make things safer and more transparent for everyone. And guess what? SG-Forge built EURCV to be MiCA compliant from day one. That's like having the good housekeeping seal of approval, but for stablecoins in one of the world's biggest economies. It's the gold standard, seriously. No more guessing games about whether your stablecoin is on the right side of the law. This one is. So, let's recap the awesomeness. We've got a Goliath of a bank, Societe Generale. We've got their dedicated crypto division, SG-Forge, making serious moves. We've got a euro-backed stablecoin, EURCV, with actual cash in the bank. We've got it all wrapped up in the latest, most comprehensive regulatory framework, MiCA. And the cherry on top. It's launching and living on the Stellar network. Are you starting to see how massive this is? The pieces are clicking into place, and it's looking pretty darn good for Stellar. This isn't just news. It's a statement. All right, let's dive into the why. Shall we? Because I know what some of you are thinking. You're sitting there, scratching your head, going, okay, a big bank, a shiny new euro coin, super cool. But why Stellar? Seriously, out of all the blockchains out there, and let's be real, there are more blockchains popping up than new dance crazes on TikTok. Why did SG-Forge pick Stellar as a home for their EURCV? And that, my friends, is an excellent question. It's not like they just threw a dart at a board full of crypto logos, right? Well, turns out Stellar isn't just another pretty face in the blockchain crowd. It's got some serious under-the-hood magic, some real secret sauce that makes it practically tailor-made for something as big and important as a bank-backed, regulated stablecoin. This isn't just about hype. It's about rock-solid tech. First up, let's talk speed. And I mean, hold on to your keyboard. Did that even happen kind of speed? Stellar is fast. We're not talking about waiting minutes, or even worse, hours for your transaction to go through. Getting that dreaded, pending message that makes your heart sink. Nah, with Stellar, transactions confirm in like 3 to 5 seconds. Seriously, you could send EURCV from Paris to Perth, and it'll practically be there before you can even say croissant. For a stablecoin that's meant to be used for everyday payments, for businesses sending money across borders, for those lightning-fast trading opportunities, this kind of speed isn't just nice to have. It's absolutely essential. Imagine trying to buy your morning coffee and having to wait 20 minutes for the payment to clear. Nobody's got time for that. Stellar gets it done pronto. And what about the fees? Oh boy, this is where Stellar really flexes. You know how some blockchains feel like they're charging you an arm and a leg just to breathe on their network? Sending a transaction can feel like you're paying a luxury tax. Well, forget all that with Stellar. The transaction fees are so mind-blowingly tiny, they're practically invisible. We're talking about fractions of a fraction of a cent. Like, you'd probably find more money in your couch cushions than what it costs to send a transaction on Stellar. This is huge. For a stablecoin like EURCV, it means you can send small amounts of money without losing half of it to fees. It means businesses can process thousands of payments without worrying about costs eating into their profits. It unlocks so many possibilities for micropayments and making digital cash actually usable for everyone, everywhere. Low fees are a total game changer. But wait, there's more. Stellar wasn't just adapted for this kind of stuff. It was pretty much built for it from the ground up. It's designed to handle all sorts of different assets being issued, managed, and traded. Think of it like a specialized toolkit. While some blockchains are like a generic Swiss Army knife trying to do everything, Stellar is like the master craftsman's toolbox specifically designed for creating and moving value. Issuing a new token like this EURCV on Stellar, it's remarkably straightforward. The network has built-in features that make the whole process way smoother than on many other platforms. It's in Stellar's DNA to be an asset issuance platform. And this leads me to another golden nugget. The Stellar Decentralized Exchange, or DEX. Get this, Stellar has its own built-in native exchange. It's not some clunky third-party app you have to bolt on. It's part of the core infrastructure. What does this mean? It means you can trade any asset issued on Stellar, like EURCV, directly against any other asset on Stellar, like XLM, or even other stablecoins or tokens, right there on the network itself. This is massive for liquidity. It makes it super easy for people to swap in and out of EURCV, find price discovery, and do it all without having to trust their funds to a centralized third party for basic trades. It's all happening transparently on the ledger. So, when you put all this together, the lightning speed, the laughably low fees, the fact that it's designed for asset tokenization, and the built-in DX for easy trading, you can see why a serious institution like Societe Generale with their SG-Forge division would look at Stellar and go, yep, that's the one. They need reliability, they need efficiency, and they need a platform that can handle serious volume without breaking a sweat or costing a fortune. They can't afford glitches, delays, or crazy fees when they're dealing with a regulated Euro stablecoin. Stellar doesn't just tick those boxes. It smashes them with a sledgehammer. It's a robust, proven platform that's ready for prime time, and SG-Forge clearly sees that. This choice wasn't random. It was strategic. Let's shift gears and get right into the juicy part, the part that makes our crypto senses tingle. We've talked about the big bank, we've talked about this awesome new EURCV stablecoin, and why Stellar is the perfect playground for it. But the burning question on everyone's mind is, how does all this fancy stablecoin business actually help US, the dedicated XLM holders, the true Stellar enthusiasts? What's in it for XLM? Well, strap in because this is where it gets really exciting. This isn't just a side benefit. EURCV could be a straight-up rocket booster for XLM in several key ways. First off, let's screen it from the rooftops. Utility, utility, utility. You hear us talk about this all the time, right? For any crypto to have real, long-term value, it needs to be used. It needs a purpose. And this, my friends, is where XLM gets a serious injection of purpose thanks to EURCV. Think of XLM as the gas that powers the entire Stellar network. Every single time someone uses EURCV on Stellar, whether they're sending it to their grandma in another country, using it to buy something online, trading it on the Stellar DEX, or diving into some cool new DeFi app that pops up using EURCV, a tiny, almost microscopic bit of XLM is used to pay the network transaction fee. Now, I know what you're thinking. A tiny fee? Who cares? And yeah, one tiny fee is like a single drop in the ocean. But picture this. What if millions or even tens of millions of these EURCV transactions start happening every single day? Suddenly, all those tiny drops create a wave. That little bit of XLM demand, multiplied by a massive number of transactions, really starts to add up. It's like a super busy highway. Each car pays a tiny toll, but with thousands of cars, the toll booth is raking it in. More EURCV usage directly translates to more XLM being used and needed for those fees. That's fundamental demand. Baby. Then, there's the whole account reserve thing, another clever piece of the Stellar puzzle that benefits XLM. To even open an account and hold any asset on the Stellar network, yep, including the shiny new EURCV, you need to lock up a small amount of XLM. It's like a minimum balance, a little bit of skin in the game to prevent network spam and make sure users are legit. So, as more people, more businesses, more institutions flock to Stellar to get their hands on and utilize EURCV, guess what? They all need to acquire and hold XLM to activate and maintain their accounts. Every new EURCV user is potentially a new XLM holder, locking up a bit of supply. That's another layer of demand, constantly growing as the network expands. And let's definitely not forget the trading aspect. This is where things could get really spicy for XLM. You can bet your bottom Satoshi, your last glimmer, that XLM/EURCV trading pairs are going to become a big deal. We're talking on the Stellar DEX for sure, making it super easy to swap between the network's native asset and a fully regulated euro. But also, imagine this pair getting listed on bigger, mainstream exchanges. This is huge because it provides a direct, clean, and regulated pathway between XLM and the euro. It makes XLM more accessible to a whole new range of investors and users in Europe. It creates more trading volume for XLM, which is something everyone watches. More volume generally means better liquidity, which means it's easier to buy and sell XLM without causing wild price swings. It just makes XLM a more robust and attractive asset to trade and hold. So, when you boil it all down, it's pretty straightforward. The more useful stuff gets built and used on Stellar, the more action the network sees, the more valuable the underlying engine, which is XLM, becomes. This EURCV launch isn't just some side project. It could be a major catalyst, a spark that ignites a whole new level of activity and real-world use cases on the Stellar network. And every single one of those use cases, at its core, relies on XLM. That's not just good news. That's absolutely fantastic news for everyone betting on Stellar's future. This is how utility drives value, and EURCV is bringing a truckload of utility. Okay, let's zoom out for a second, because while we all love to see our favorite coins like XLM get some price action, and hey, let's be real, a pump is always welcome, we wouldn't kick it out of bed. This whole Societe Generale-FORGE and EURCV situation on Stellar is about so much more than just a temporary green candle on the charts. We're talking about big picture, future of finance level stuff here. This is where it gets really profound, guys. This move, this massive bank stepping boldly into the Stellar ecosystem, it's like a giant flare being shot up into the night sky for the entire traditional finance world to see. It's shouting, hey, this blockchain thing, this crypto stuff, it's not just some niche hobby for tech geeks or a digital Wild West anymore. Now, this signals that these huge, often super conservative institutions are finally starting to see blockchain technology for what it truly is, a legitimate, powerful infrastructure for the future of money itself. It's like they've gone from seeing crypto as a quirky art project to realizing it's the actual blueprint for the next generation of financial skyscrapers. And having a fully regulated bank-backed stablecoin like EURCV, living and breathing on a network like Stellar, is absolutely critical. It's building a super sturdy bridge between the old financial world, TradFi, as we call it, and the new, exciting digital frontier. Think about it, it allows value to flow more seamlessly, it makes digital assets less scary for the big money players, and it creates a common ground where innovation can happen. This isn't just about Societe Generale, it's about setting a precedent. Other banks and financial giants are watching, you can bet on that. Now let your imagination run wild for a moment. Think about cross-border payments. For ages, sending money internationally has been a slow, expensive, and often frustrating nightmare, right? Riddled with hidden fees, taking days to arrive. Well, with something like EURCV on Stellar, which is built for speed and low costs, remember? You could see international payments becoming almost instant and costing pennies. Imagine sending euros to family overseas, or a small business paying a supplier in another country, and it happens as easily and cheaply as sending an email. That's revolutionary. And what about DeFi, decentralized finance, on Stellar? Having a stable, trustworthy, euro-denominated asset like EURCV is like pouring rocket fuel on that fire. Developers can build all sorts of cool new financial applications. Imagine getting a loan in digital euros almost instantly, without all the usual banking bureaucracy. Picture earning real yield on your digital euros in a transparent way. Or think about innovative insurance products, all built on Stellar, all leveraging the stability and trustworthiness of EURCV. It makes DeFi more accessible, safer, and more appealing to a much broader audience. Then there's the mind-blowing potential for tokenizing more real-world assets, RWAs. We're talking about taking things like stocks, bonds, maybe even fractional ownership in real estate or art, and representing them as tokens on the Stellar network. EURCV kind of proves the plumbing works for high-value regulated assets. So why stop at a stable coin? This could be the very first domino in a much larger wave. Imagine a future where you can buy and sell fractions of a building or shares in a company as easily as you trade XLM today, all powered by Stellar. The possibilities for increasing liquidity and accessibility are just staggering. Ultimately, this whole initiative is about injecting a massive dose of trust, thanks to that bank backing and MiCA regulation, liquidity by making euros digitally native and easily tradable, and most importantly, real-world utility into the blockchain space. This isn't just about crypto going mainstream for the sake of it. It's about genuinely building a better, more efficient, more inclusive financial system for everyone. It's about breaking down old barriers, reducing friction, and giving more people access to financial tools that were previously out of reach. And Stellar, with moves like this, is positioning itself right at the heart of that transformation. This is big, folks. Really big. The Stellar journey just got a major league upgrade. This is huge. So there you have it, crypto fam. Societe Generale-FORGE, a titan of traditional finance, isn't just whispering about crypto anymore. They're shouting it from the rooftops by dropping their fully regulated, euro-backed stablecoin EURCV right onto the Stellar network. This isn't just a casual nod. This is a full-blown, prime-time endorsement. It's like Stellar just got drafted into the financial major leagues, handed a shiny new jersey, and told, "You're starting tonight. Let's just quickly recap the bombshells we've unpacked." This is a massive vote of confidence in Stellar's underlying technology, its speed, its ridiculously low fees, and its power as an asset issuance platform. It's not just hype. It's a clear signal from a major financial institution that they see Stellar as a robust and reliable partner for the future of finance. We're talking about tangible, real-world utility flooding into the network. This EURCV is designed to be used for payments, for DeFi, for bridging the old and new financial worlds. And what does that mean for our beloved XLM? It means serious potential to boost its value, its adoption, and its fundamental importance within the ecosystem as the fuel that powers all this new activity. Think about it. This isn't just some random crypto project making noise. This is Societe Generale-FORGE recognizing the sheer power of blockchain and making a strategic, calculated choice to leverage Stellar. This move could be the catalyst that unlocks so much more institutional partnerships, more innovative projects being built on Stellar, and a greater understanding in the mainstream world about what this technology can truly achieve.